Well, I think this topic today might cause a little bit of controversy, but when is Call of Duty not in some sort of controversy at this point nowadays? But before I start, I need to make sure that everybody is commenting on this video, because my opinion on this subject might either get me in trouble or might get me yelled at by you guys, or might just be like something that I need to get convinced otherwise, or maybe I nailed it. I don't know. So please, I want this channel to become like this talking, what do they call that, community town hall type of situation where everybody's putting feedback in. I appreciate all the comments. I've been trying to reply to a bunch of them. So last night I'm chilling. We're watching Masters of the Air, me and the wife. Great show, by the way. Side note, if you haven't watched it, give it a go. I like those Saving Private Ryan, Band of Brothers types of movies. World War II, big fan of. Not a fan of World War II, fan of learning about it. But I'm scrolling Twitter, kind of just chilling, and something popped up on my feed yesterday, and I really can't tell if it's a good or bad thing. I really can't. So obviously, we have season 1, I think, coming in 2 days. I think it's the 5th. And so obviously this is bringing a ton of new content. I mean, it's advertised as the biggest season 1 of all time. Probably, honestly, one of the biggest seasons of all time as well. Bunch of new maps that look good. We're getting the one gun from BO4 back, which I can't remember, the Maddox. Just a lot of content. And I've said that in previous videos. If this is the pace of what they're going to do content wise, and it happens in 2 and 3, I do think we're going to have another MW3 situation where people are like, come March, are like, you know what, maybe I'll give this game a try and see if it's any good. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, maybe I'll play it. So it might like uptick over time rather than go down like the normal Call of Duties do. But anyway, something that was very small that got snuck into this that I think a lot of people missed. It was within the Black Cell Pass, which maybe some of you guys know. It's like $29.99 or something like that. Never purchased it once in my life. Don't know why people do it. Not quite understanding it. But within this Black Cell this time around is the ability for a custom HUD. Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna put it up on the screen now. It's gonna be an option where you can get this, like it's gold pretty much. And this HUD is only able to be gotten, I don't know if that's the right English, but through the Black Cell. There's no other way. You can't earn it. You can only buy it. So that's where the discussion comes in here. Something that I've actually kind of just found out recently was that there's a zombies HUD in Black Ops 7, and you can change it to like this purple dark ether, and you can actually use it in all modes like multiplayer. I was watching some people stream the other day, and they had this the purple HUD, and I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. And then I found out you can get it, it's free. It's just like a zombies theme, I guess. So this brings us to the topic of this conversation, because obviously this is going to be bringing in the customization HUDs that are coming, I guess is what the word I'm trying to go for here. You know, there's been leaks that we're going to be getting custom HUDs, different colors. But now I'm wondering, to what extent are these going to be implemented? Because I think we all know what's probably going to happen. Call of Duty is going to introduce these, and they're going to start charging them. And so my first reaction was kind of like, oh no, this is an awful idea. And COD is just going to get, the description of like they're milking the game, milking for money. But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Do I not actually hate this? Is there something wrong with me? Initially, I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is as bad as it has been in the past, at least. So I was actually thinking about comparing it to like Fortnite, because I know it's kind of the discussion of how do these stores operate in different games. And I mean, Fortnite is obviously one that is just literally monetized everything. And I feel like they don't get the bad rap for as much monetization as they do. I mean, I just saw the other day that you get on Fortnite and you can buy a pair of Jordans for your character. Like, we're buying shoes inside of a video game now. And it just doesn't quite get to me. I don't quite get it. So now most arguments is Fortnite's a free game. And so this is kind of what my thought came to after the fact was COD is now on Game Pass. And Game Pass, while it doesn't make it free, it does make it where I feel like these companies are losing money now on Call of Duty. It used to be everybody had to pay 70 bucks, but now it's like I got my Black Ops 7 through Game Pass and played it. And obviously I keep paying for Game Pass because I think there's so many more options and so many more games to play. And it's actually, I think, kind of worth it. But they're not getting that $70 hit that they were going to get on PC and Xbox. Obviously, PlayStation, you still got to pay for it. So I feel like we're seeing their number. They're not flexing their numbers this year with how much money they've made on this game, which means they probably are going to have to do stuff like this to make more money to please shareholders. Like, obviously, Call of Duty knows every year they're going to put out a game, they're going to make millions and billions of dollars, and then this year when they don't reach that, it's like, oh, all right, monetize the HUD. And obviously this is what happened back in the old school era of Call of Duty, where we first got our camos, we got our voice packs, and I want to come back to that actually, but they're going to, it's happening. They're bringing in these HUDs. And I think there's a couple things that I really think about with this is, you know, are you willing to pay for these HUDs? Because I feel like I'm not opposed to that. And that's kind of where I get the tie-in with the camos of BO2 and the voice packs and Ghosts. These were very low price. They were very low barrier of entry. That is not the right English. I know that for sure. Okay, we're not even gonna try that. Somebody correct that in the comments, please. You know, at that point, it was like, what, $199 for a camo and BO2. The voice pack, I think, maybe got up to $299. But again, it was able to be used on all your guns for the camo, and then the voice pack was the whole entire multiplayer, and no matter what you did, streaks, the end game, you know, a kill, a death, whatever, there was voices for it. So it felt worth the money. And so something like a HUD to me almost makes more sense than paying for a skin. We're in a first-person shooter. So really all you see in this game is camos, the HUD, the mini-map. And I'm not saying to charge us for a mini map. I guess that's going to be included in the HUD, I guess. But if they were to bring in these classic HUDs, like if I could buy the BO1 HUD or the Black Ops 3 HUD and play multiplayer with this, I don't think that that's an awful idea. I really don't. And I think the part that they're really going to have to watch is how much they're charging, because in my head I initially went to like maybe $4.99, like maybe, and then I chatted with my buddy Replay and he was like, I think I would be willing to pay like 200 COD points. And I said, you know what, that's actually that's probably a better thing. And then I kind of brought up the fact of, you know, maybe it's something where if you buy the season pass, you know, you kind of get those COD points that rack up over time. And then with those COD points, you then can go, hey, let me use those 200 COD points that I got for the season pass completing it and go buy a HUD. It kind of reminds me of the battle pass from Fortnite. Again, I'm using my 2017 knowledge. They always had a great rhythm of you bought the season pass, got VC or whatever they called it, V-Bucks over time, and it allowed you to almost buy another skin or buy the battle pass again or buy something small in the store like a dance. So I think that would be a good method of doing it. Like, hey, we're gonna have these, you got to pay 200 300 COD points, but hey, if you bought the season pass, you're gonna get enough COD points to end up getting this anyway, and it's pretty much free. I think the biggest problem that we will run into with this is if they come out and it's like this absurd amount of money, which I gotta be honest with you, I am very scared that that's what they're gonna do. I'm thinking, you know, they come out and charge 10 bucks, 20 bucks. I truly don't know if this game can take any more bad press. I really don't think it can. Obviously there's the SBMM debates, and there's the AI debates, and you know, they've had some good publicity, but it's like every time there's good publicity, here comes another thing that's going to be like, oh great, another thing to beat us down again. So I think if you come out and charge that much, you're just going to have another negative thing coming your way. People are going to hate on the game. You're going to lose more people, and they don't need that. Am I wrong for thinking that this is not the worst idea I've ever seen them have? Like, if you do it in the right way, you don't charge an arm and a leg, you bring back classic ones. I think that's in a world where that's okay. And also, I almost forgot because it's in my notes here in front of me, I do think there should be free options, like, as well. You know, to kind of get you warmed up to the fact of like, oh, I can change my HUD and that looks kind of cool. And so if they're giving away free ones, I don't hate that there's also options, if priced correctly, that you could buy. And maybe that's where your collabs come in. And something that doesn't affect the actual game itself, where you're seeing Beavis and Butthead, maybe you bring a HUD in that's Beavis. Okay, hold on. Not Beavis and Butthead, but if there would have been a Beavis and Butthead HUD in BO6 compared to an actual skin, it wouldn't have went over so bad. You know what I mean? So another thing that I saw on Twitter, by the way, too, before you guys get your, you know, all bent out of shape, Vanguard actually had something semi-similar to this, and it was custom kill cams. I don't know if you guys remember this. Some of you guys probably didn't even play Vanguard long enough to even know this, but at one point in the game, they introduced custom kill feeds. So when you got killed, watch the kill cam, or final kill cams, one of the two, I can't remember. And it would be like this random art instead of just a regular normal camera. Now, that obviously didn't go over well and never extended to the next game, but they have tried this in the past to kind of do some sort of monetization of something visually that's maybe only in front of you compared to other people. And so I have to say, it might get me in trouble, but I'm okay because it doesn't affect the game. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect what I see. It affects what the person that is playing sees. Am I gonna buy some sort of Beavis and Butthead HUD if it comes out? Absolutely not. But the people that buy it, I'm like, okay, well, hey, it doesn't affect me at all. And I think it opens up the door to bring back a bunch of HUDs from old Call of Duties. And it would be nice, maybe toss one out for free, you know? Hey, a good token of thanks for playing our game. Here's Black Ops 3's HUD. I would appreciate that. I really would. But guys, let me know what you think. I have just been loving doing these daily rants. I'm actually at the filming of this video, I'm about to start a tournament, a Black Ops 7 tournament, $10,000. A lot of sweaty people in it. Y'all know me. I'm sweaty to a point. So if you guys want to come hang out and watch that, I am live on Twitch, probably right now as of watching this video. And if you can't make it, maybe you can make another stream in the future. But guys, seriously, thank you all for the support on these videos. I'm grateful to be in this position. I'm extremely happy with the direction and the comments and the likes, and I am grateful. And I don't want to say too many corny things, but another thing is, a lot of you guys have been DMing me on Twitter telling me that I'm in your 0.1% of views. I am not, what's the word I'm looking for? The platform that you've given me, I am very grateful for. And so thank you for that. Again, subscribe, put your noties on, leave a like, it helps the channel. And we're just gonna keep talking about COD, man. We're gonna keep keeping it real, having discussions with y'all. And I think that's it. See you tomorrow.